Fuse.
Yeah.
Absolute pleasure to have you in the building, my friend.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Nah, no worries. I like to start this interview with what's important to you. Okay, so talk to me about the new single. I suppose you got a big old collaboration there with Ed Sheeran. You were already on the map, so I'm not going to say that this collab put you on the map, but it can only be positive in terms of enhancing your growing
100%.
stock.
Yeah, man. The new single, Boy, featuring Ed Sheeran and McGee's. You know, a few ODG as an artist, I like to do different things. You know, I like to push the boundaries. You know, because my mission is the higher the platform is, the more we can raise awareness of the mission, which is, you know, the new Africa. People realizing that Africa's a place where you can actually come and enjoy yourself. The music is a representation of what I thought my Africa is, you know. So working with Ed, it just made a lot of sense because, you know, his audience is different. You know, he's one of the biggest artists in the world, and it's more the music with me and him as well. You know, he's here to help create awareness of the mission that we're on. You know, we're building schools in Ghana. You know, we have different things that we're working on that he's helping with. And, you know, the best way to speak to the world is through the music, you know, which is what brought us together in the first place. So the idea of Boam is the whole song means help me, which is like, you know, help your neighbor. And, you know, some of the proceeds of the song is going towards the school that we're building in Akosombo in Ghana. You know, so every, you know, song that Ed and I made had a meaning behind it, good vibes. You know, we're always about good vibes. So you can even sense how much fun we had. But at the same time, you know, he knows that there's a bigger picture, you know. So working with Ed it's a pleasure because I'm a major fan. He's one of the biggest artists in the world. It's actually a dream of mine to be able to work with Ed, you know. So it's good that me and him managed to connect, and musically we just managed to create magic. And it's crazy because we flipped it over his head. Like I was doing English and he was doing Tree.
So I was going to say, how did that come about? I mean, how did you got him, and did he master it?
Yeah.
My Ghanaian friends say I can't even say tree properly. So.
Yeah, exactly, tree. No, but you've said it actually. You said the
Was that
tree.
right?
It's not easy to say tree, but that's the first lesson of learning how to speak tree, the pronunciation.
Yeah.
But it was interesting because he was soaking in the real vibes, you know, the real African vibes, real Ghana culture. He wanted to make that represent in the music, so he's like, I want to do the chorus in tree, and it was perfect because you're in Ghana. That's the best place to, you know, make music like that. So we even took it old school and did high life, you know. So the music that you're hearing with Boam is like it's a genre in Ghana called the high life, and that's why I used to listen to when I was growing up. So when we started making it, you know, it just felt so right because it was, first of all, it was being made in the motherland, and it's being written in tree as well. So, and he was so fast in getting the lyrics, you know, just like that, you know. So I'm really, you know, I was really impressed, you know, and how passionate he wanted to get it right and for it to sound authentic. And we play it to the local Ghanaians and they wouldn't even know it's Ed. You know, that's how much he got it on point, you know. So yeah, man, that's how the collaboration came about. You know, Ed came to Ghana to catch a vibe, and then we made some sweet music.
Was it a case of you just caught him walking up and down on the road, or did your management link it up? Because I can imagine getting to Ed Sheeran to do music right now.
Yeah, you can't really organize to make music with Ed. You know, it was real in terms of like he just came to get away from everything.
Right.
You know, it was his year out of traveling.
Yeah.
And that was one of the locations, because I said to him, like, cause he said to me he really loves AfroBeats, and I was like, if you love AfroBeats, then you need to come to Ghana. So I said to him, I said, you'll love it. Like, you know, I let him know how I genuinely felt about him coming. Like, I know you'd love it. So he messaged me saying, is the offer still up? I was like, wow, like, yeah, let's do this. You know, so as soon as he landed, we picked him up casually, you know, from the airport. And then, yeah, just took him to a chop bar, which is like the local restaurant, that's what we call it. Just eating with his hands. Like, we were doing a real, authentic Ghana experience, and he loved it. You know, and I think because it was a natural kind of experience of us spending time together, the music just came naturally with it, you know, because we're just music people, and that's how it was. It wasn't like an official arrangement of let's meet up and make music. It was literally let's meet up and spend time, catch the vibe in Ghana, and then we just made music off of that vibe.
Good energy.
Yeah, man.
AfroBeats and the whole Afro wave has taken a bit of a life of its own. It's got its own DNA now. I mean, talk about how you see the genre evolving and the opportunities that are being generated as a result of that.
I mean, AfroBeats is it's a good vibe. It's a beautiful vibe, and you can just feel it when you hear it. It just makes you happy. It's just good energy on the music, and there's a lot of big artists that's gravitated towards that energy. That people like Major Lazer, Beyonce, Alicia Keys, like they love our percussions. Like even Missy Elliott, they love our percussions. They love the energy. They love the groove. And Ed was one of the people that fell in love with it, and he did it the right way by coming to Africa to really catch the real, energy and the real authentic vibe. Exactly. But definitely is I see different, everyone's kind of making their own version, but with the Afro influence, it's a beautiful thing. And what I always say to people is that let's always remember the roots is Africa.
Yeah.
And no matter how far we take it, we also need to bring it back home and connect with our brothers and sisters. So, I mean, it will never die because Afrobeats is Africa. And as long as Africa lives, the music will live. We just need to do the right thing, that when we get to different stages, we need to bring it back home.
Talking about different stages, how's the Nana collection going?
Nana collection?
Because I see you kind of forayed into fashion.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your ambitions with that.
It's the same. Like me with the music, I always make sure that I remember that this is more than the music. It's just a mission of creating awareness of Africa, reprogramming people's mentality on how they see our continent, so we can encourage people to come on holiday and invest, in different businesses. Our brothers and sisters can come back home. So to me, the clothing line is just another way to visually showcase the beauty of Africa for it to create dialogue. Sometimes someone can see me wearing something and then they ask, where is it from? It creates a dialogue, and then you start having conversations about it, and you start developing relationships just from what you're wearing. It's just one of them. And we actually launched it in Jamaica earlier this year. And it was even a special moment because Jamaica and Ghana got such a special connection. I think up to like 60% of Jamaicans are actually originally from Ghana due to everything that happened back in the day with slavery. So it was so nice connecting with the people in Jamaica and finding out different things about them, to the point where, because of the clothing line, we found out that there's no direct flight between Jamaica and Ghana, or between the Caribbean and Africa, which is quite crazy because how is it that we need a visa from Ghana to Jamaica? How is it that we need a visa to travel from Ghana to Jamaica when, in terms of the treaty agreement between the two countries, there's an agreement that says that you don't need a visa, but the reason why you need a visa is because you have to go through London to get to Jamaica, or you have to go through the US to get to Jamaica, which to me makes no logistical sense, because we don't need a visa. We're just transiting. Why is it that our people need visas? So there was a situation where I was trying to bring the workers from Ghana who worked on a clothing line to come to Jamaica, and they got to the airport and they said to them, no, you can't travel because you haven't got a US visa, or you haven't got a UK visa. And I feel like logistically we're so disconnected, and even like physically we're so disconnected. How the hell can we even connect with our brothers and sisters? If someone in Jamaica decided they wanted to come to Ghana or wanted to reconnect with the motherland, their roots, they're unable to do that. Spiritually, it's even hard enough for someone to connect, and spiritually they're ready, and then once they actually decide, listen, okay, it's time to go, they get to the airport, they're not allowed. So it's like we're being blocked in all different kind of ways for us to connect as black people. But all these thoughts just came to me through the fashion line, because I went to Jamaica, dialogue was created, the people were telling me their issues about not being able to come home, and we had issues from not being able to connect with our brothers and sisters in Jamaica. So there's different things that all these platforms, they highlight different issues, and that's what I really appreciate, and that's why I always push myself to make sure there's more than the music. So we also launched African dolls, they're called Nana dolls. Again, it's a representation of black people in a positive way, because growing up there wasn't many things that would represent us as a black nation in a positive way, unless there's a crime or unless there's a riot happening. It's always negative connotations associated with black or Africa. So now we've launched these nano dolls, and they're like educational dolls to educate our kids about historical African women in the past who fought for us as black people and to liberate us. So it's something I would teach our young people or our kids from early, so they can understand that they're supposed to be kings and queens and not the stereotype that's pretty much built or associated with black. So it's an exciting journey because I'm learning as I'm going along, and as all these new things are coming up, there's new issues being pointed out, and it just makes me take a step back to actually understand that the mission is really about self-love. That's really what it's all about. We need to just love ourselves hard enough so they can't break us. If we love ourselves hard enough, we'll fight for these issues. We'll ask questions. Why can't we travel to Jamaica directly? Why ain't there no direct flights? It's self-love. It's stuff like that will make us invest in us and have solutions to these problems.
In regards to going back to Jamaica, that was Caribbean Fashion Week where you launched.
Yeah.
Nana Clothing. Yeah. So is that something you'd do again? Would you go back do that, or would you look to other fashion weeks?
I'd love to do that again. Because it was kind of a life-changing trip for me because of the issues that, I discovered, and just seeing how many people wanted to come back home, but they didn't have any means to, and that's one of the reasons why, we're holding Tina Festival. On the 6th of Jan, we're holding Tina Festival.
Talk to me about that.
And it's going to be a yearly event. So Tina Festival is supposed to be, Africa's very own, Glastonbury or Coachella, but it's a platform to just bring people back home to experience AfroBeats in its purest form. And whilst they're there, they get to experience the African culture, the Ghanaian culture.
So this is New Africa?
This is New Africa. It's a platform for all the new Africans. Come back home, enjoy the music, whatever race that you are. If you love Afrobeats, just come. Same way we go to Ibiza because we like dance music, techno, whatever. Or you go to US because you love hip hop. Or you go to Italy because you love pasta. Come to Ghana because you love Afrobeats, you love good music. So
that's like a big project. I mean, what's some of the difficulties in getting that off the ground? Because I can imagine going from concept to actually creation. It's been the
hardest. It's actually been one of the hardest projects that I've worked on because, to do a project of that caliber, the capacity is about 50,000. You need some good funding in order to actually get it off the ground. And we've battled so hard to the point where actually I'm now funding the whole thing myself.
Okay.
So then that's crazy for anyone to do, but it's because I believe in it. Same way I had the proposal to show you that this is what's going to happen. This is how much you can make as a business. This is how much it's going to help, the continent as a whole. And I believe in it. So if people are taking long, we just have to make that jump. It's been a serious battle. And we know that the sponsors will join after. And
sometimes they want to see you do it yourself first.
Exactly.
When is it? January
6th.
What made you pick it that type of the year? Time of the year? Is it because a lot of people are going home? They're home already, coming back.
Well, because we want people to spend wherever they want to spend New Year's Eve, go. But then first weekend of the year, we want it to be a thing for people to come to Ghana on a yearly basis. Like the first weekend of the year, come to Ghana for Tina Festival.
Sounds good. What else is in store? What other artists? Is there give us an insight into who's booked already.
I can't give away too much of the lineup, but definitely we have some major people coming along, from like White Cloves Ron. Obviously we have Saka there, R2Bs.
Big names.
Mr. Easy, Lethal Bizzle.
Lethal's going home, yeah?
Lethal's coming home. But I have a couple more artists I don't want to reveal right now.
Yeah, I understand.
But it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of the biggest events that...
So you fly media out there as well, right?
Yo, you guys are invited, yo. Let's go.
My cameraman's up for that. I can see it all over his face. Fuse, outside of the usual suspects then, who's flying the flag for AfroBeats and the scene? I mean, who would you say is coming, and what sets them apart from what's already established or trying to establish themselves?
In the UK or
all over, wherever you find it.
I mean, Sarkodie is really flying the flag, and he does it in such a genuine way because he's always speaking true and representing his culture. I really like Mr. Easy. He's killing it, doing his thing as well, with the right mentality as well. Wizkid, killing it as well. Obviously R2Bs, I love R2Bs, they're doing their thing as well. In terms of trying to think of the up and comers that's killing it right now. Obviously J Hus is killing it. I love what J Hus is doing. I love what Kojo Funds is doing. I love the man there because they actually, they're making some good music, you know, some great music, and I'm very proud to see that. Young Bane, I love what Young Bane is doing as well. So it's a good energy in the air right now for Afrobeats music, you know.
Need some more women on the scene, don't we? With some more female artists.
It's true though, but it's funny because these songs actually are made for the women.
Yeah, I say that simply because it sometimes I step back from it and the hype, and I think, right, where's the room for growth?
Yeah,
and that's where I thought, okay, we could do with some female
definitely
MCs at the moment. So,
but it makes it more exciting because there's definitely space for more females to come and kill it. You know, so
well, then maybe that's coming next.
And
year.
I have actually have some females that I'm gonna be bringing through.
Okay.
You know, so
they could be killing it on your label.
Yes, through our label. So
and
I'm excited for you guys to see them as well. So you guys look out for the females that we're about to put on.
We'll be supporting.
Yeah.
If you had a magic wand, Fuse, and you could take the scene in the direction that you thought was best for it, how would you wave that wand? Where would you take it?
I'll take it to Ghana for Tina Festival. That's the one right there.
Listen, I love it. I mean,
to bring it back home. Yeah, because now we do need that hub, you know, for people to actually go and soak in that real, authentic Afrobeats, and that's what it's going to be. You know, the man them are going to be involved as well. You know the Young Banes, and you know, I'm talking to them about coming. You know, which is nice. You know, because I mean that's what I'll do with a magic wand. I'll just make sure that at some point everyone needs to come back and we do it, or we do it in Africa, and then we also go away and we carry on with what we're doing. You know, and eventually, hopefully, we all kind of own land on the continent, because we need to own land back home. You know.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, good luck with everything.
Yes,
I'm sure we're going to be speaking along the whole way.
Yeah, man. Trust me, man. We're here. It's an exciting journey, bro.
Of course. Yeah. Of course. Where can people find out more about you? Just spit down the camera. I'm sure they know already.
Yeah, it's Fuse. Yes, it's your boy Fuse ODG, and you'll catch me everywhere at Twitter, Fuse ODG, Instagram Fuse ODG, Snapchat it's Fuse, and yeah, just type in Fuse ODG, you'll find me anywhere, everywhere.
Appreciate your time, brother.